Podcast. I'm Tim, and tonight we are joined by Brandon. Say hi, Brandon.
Hello.
Also
I'm
known
also
as
known as Booty.
Booty. And in the nether regions, we have our dear friend Miss joining us tonight as well. And tonight we're gonna work on a budgetized Sidisi Brood Tyrant list. For those of you who don't know how the Doom Druid works, essentially it's a Doomtide list, or a Doomsday list that also uses a Hermit Druid as a way to self-mill to Dread Return a Thassa's Oracle, or you use a Doomsday pile to, again, get a Thassa's Oracle. Mm-hmm. And then if that doesn't work, you've got Consult and Tainted Pact to win with Thassa's Oracle. I think we have a theme here, don't we, boys?
We do.
You wanted to make a $500 version of it, and you started with a deck list for me, and you said you sent me that in chat, correct?
Yes, I did send you the $100 deck list that we built.
The start of the $500 deck list. Okay. So generally, the first thing we want to do is we're going to put in the core combo pieces.
Okay.
So am I clicking the $500 one, Buddy?
Open both of them.
Okay.
So we're going to want a Hermit Druid. We're going to want a Dread Return.
Thassa's Oracle, of course.
Yep, a Narcomoeba.
Doomsday?
We will want Doomsday. Demonic Consultation. Tainted Pact. Cephalid Illusionist. Yep. Cephalid Illusionist, Lightning Greaves, Fate Stitcher, Apprentice Necromancer.
Oh, are we doing the news combo?
No. We're doing Hermit combo.
Every time I saw Necromancer, I always thought of Narcotic Ooze.
I'm gonna drop the list that I'm working on in voice text chat.
Yeah.
You'll have it. That way everybody can see the current list that we're kind of building on. So right now we're looking at about $80.
Yeah.
And we've got the Greaves, we've got Consult, Tainted Pact, we got Doomsday, Dread Return, Necromancer, Illusionist, Fate Stitcher, Narcomoeba, Thassa's Oracle. So we've got all the kind of the core combo components.
Yeah.
So then the next step,
hitter, so to speak.
Yeah. So then the next step will be to add things like we're gonna want to add in Postmortem Lunge. We're gonna want to add in Labman.
Postmortem Lunge. I don't think I've ever heard of that card.
I definitely also have not.
Oh wow. Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Well, and so the reason why you're going to want the Laboratory Maniac is that gives you your backup line. That gives you your backup win condition to layer with. The reason why you play Postmortem Lunge is if somebody kills your Ooze or kills your Hermit, you can replay the Hermit with haste with Postmortem Lunge.
Okay.
For 2 life, 2 mana, and then you pay your green to activate. So a lot of times they'll play Quicken, stuff like that. I'm not super meh on that one, personally. I think the Quicken Lane is good. It's so that they can do it at instant speed. The only problem I have with using Quicken is Quicken doesn't allow you to... It only allows you to cast 1 spell at instant speed. 1 sorcery. Right. So you have to have the Hermit on board to be able to... Because you either can use it to reanimate the Hermit, or you can use it to cast the Dread Return. You can't use it to do both.
Okay. So would it be better to use what's that one land card that's colorless?
Emergent Zone.
Emergent Zone, thank you.
Yes. So that is an option, and we will get to that one.
Everything.
So kind of where I like to go first is now that we've kind of got the basic kind of core, is we really want to work on... Oh, hey, doggy. Oh, hey, buddy. Is we really want to work on a functional mana base. We want to work on our ramp. Mostly because we don't want to come back later and not have those things.
Right. Especially since we can't have any basics.
Right. So we are off basics. So we're going to have to play a few
suboptimal lands.
Yeah, especially since the package is already kind of clunky and already kind of expensive. I have this nice little cheat that I use. It's a website called MTG Wiki. So this is kind of one of the things I use to draw the mana base template from. is I took all the lands that I considered kind of the highlight of this website and then just condensed it into a smaller package.
Okay.
So we're going to have to use some of the less optimal lands. If we do the Mirage fetch lands, we can kind of get a couple of ways to fix our mana, but they ETB tapped, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're slow.
They're slow, but they're better than nothing. So we're going to
Yeah.
have to use some of these. One of the first lands I'm going to want to add is it's called Bad River.
It's a naughty river.
Yeah.
Is it a naughty river?
It is a naughty river. I will also probably add Flooded Plain as well, because it's going to be very important for us to fix our lands, fix our mana early. And since we're not going to be able to run any basics, we're going to have to go deep on lands. Oh, it's Floodplain, not Flooded Plain.
Look at you misguiding us.
You know?
Always lied to me.
Yeah.
One point or another.
It's somewhere. All right. So outside of those, like I wouldn't play too many of this effect, to be honest, just because you don't want like every land to come into play, because we're also going to have to play some like dual fetchable lands that are going to come into play tapped. So like, for example, there are some tri-lands. There we are. Zargoth Triumph. So we're going to want to play that. There's the Almond Cat. Almond Cat.
Almond.
Fetid Pools. So that's going to give us like a couple fetchable dual lands that are going to be cheap. Why is the... we're probably actually not going to run... So check this out. So you see that triome there? We're not going to play that.
We're not going to play it?
Yeah. Do you see why?
Yeah, it was $12. Jesus.
Yeah, they tend to be expensive, which is why I'm glad I already have like a decent amount of them.
So I mean, that's a $12 land. So there's no reason for, especially if we're trying to like I mean, that's the price of Watery Grave.
Speaking of which, do we want to add that Watery Grave?
Yeah, I just threw it in there. So we're gonna remove that triome. Depending on the price, we'll probably want to run the blue-black and the blue-green pathways.
Black green I think is about maybe $10. If it's off the top of my head, I think that blue green,
blue-black.
Blue green might be like 8-ish.
Bark Channel Pathway is $8.
Maybe, I'm not entirely sure. I'm just
Bark Channel Pathway is $5.
out.
Okay, and what's the name of the blue-black one?
I see Clearwater and Dark Boar. Clearwater is blue-black, yeah.
Okay.
And that one's $5. And then
yeah. So I think like for $5, they're a land that comes into play untapped. We can flip
It's
it to
actually
whatever
not
side
that bad
we
of a
need.
price.
Yeah, like so it's like pretty reasonable. Obviously, we're gonna want to play Command Tower
And Exotic Orchard.
do we want to put in Dark Boar Pathway since it's only 8?
I don't really want to pay more than $5 for those types of lands. If we get there, maybe we can play Landwar Waste. You know, we've got Yavimaya Coast.
Underground River's like $9, isn't it?
It is, but we're gonna be pretty deep in blue-black, so it's gonna be kind of. So we're gonna have to make some concessions to just run like the ones we need. Like even if we played like Tainted Isle, it's still $5, so I'd rather just pay the extra $3.
Right, that makes sense.
But I think we might hold off on that one for a second. So okay. I think we play the Vine Glimmer Snarl. Choked Estuaries. Next up is probably Darkwater Catacombs. We got Watery Grave. We want Overgrown Tomb. Holy crap, that's $15. And Breeding Pool.
Yeah, definitely not going to add Breeding Pool.
I'm going to put it in for now. We'll probably wind up cutting it. Hinterland Harbor. Woodland Cemetery. And Drowned Catacomb. So again, we're probably going to wind up having to cut a couple of those. But we just want to get them in there, and then we'll move them over to the maybe board afterwards. Kind of where we're going to lean. is we're going to want to lean into Growth Stadium is probably pretty good. Rejuvenating Springs. The main list runs 8 artifacts. Will probably wind up being a little bit heavier. So I think we might want to consider running Spire of Industry. It's $3. Makes whatever color we need. We'll probably want Gemstone Mines will probably be pretty good. We're going to play Sunken Hollow, even though it's going to come into play tapped 100% of the time, just because we need...
We're going to have to bite the bullet on it.
Yeah, in order to play Hermit. And we might be able to pair some of this stuff out, just not at this point. Flooded Grove. So what do you guys think about Flooded Grove? $6, blue-green, it's filter land.
Aren't there other filter lands that would be good as well?
There's the green-black one, which is Twilight Mire, which is $11.
Ooh.
There's the blue-black one, which is Sunken Ruins, which is 16. So we've got some of the obvious ones we haven't used yet. We haven't used Underground River. We haven't used Waterlogged Grove, Nurturing Peatland. We haven't used River of Tears. But we're actually we're at 23 lands, and we've got our core combo, and we've got not the worst mana base ever. It's rough, but it's not. It's rough because we're playing Hermit.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Why don't we just cut Hermit and add in the other combo I was telling you about? The 2 artifacts of Basalt Monolith and Mesmeric Orb.
But look at the price of Mesmeric Orb and Basalt Monolith, as a combo.
Basalt Monolith is $3.
Basalt Monolith is $3, but look at how much Mesmeric Orb is.
10.
10, and then we have to find it.
You got to reprint it a while back.
That's the hard part, is finding it.
Yeah, basically 10.
Okay.
But I think, because you got to think, once we get to the ramp's going to be pretty cheap. We're just going to lean heavy in dorks.
Enchantments.
Yeah, and most of these mana bases anyway wind up running about $200, to make it reasonably decent. It's just we tend to run more expensive lands. So let's just see what we look like when we get.
How many lands are we gonna want? Are we gonna want
28,
30,
28, 30? Yeah.
I was gonna say 29. Hey, that budget CEDH mentality is getting to me.
Getting there. So I just added River of Tears, Underground River.
If you're already playing lands, then Opulent Palace, maybe. It's the one that taps for all of the colors.
Which one?
Opulent Palace.
Rainbow Land, ETB's tapped, which most of the lands will do in all fairness.
Yeah.
But it'll tap for all the colors.
Yep. I'm willing to, for this, I'm willing to do it because we have to play
non-basics.
Well, we have to play 100% non-basics, and we have to play some pretty rough stuff. Let's see, what are some of the other options we got here? So, Waterlogged Grove,
Flooded Grove. Yeah,
I like Flooded Grove.
I'm willing that's to unique run to your list, Booty.
I'm willing to run Flooded Grove. I think Flooded Grove's good. So I think we're gonna go to 29, and I'm gonna add City of Brass.
Come here, old man.
And then.
What do you mean?
And then we're gonna add Emergent Zone.
Yeah, Emergent Zone, such a good land. Win on the opponent's turn. Because fuck the opponent.
I agree. Fuck the opponent.
We're halfway through making
all right,
Booty's list.
So now, the next part is we start adding ramp. So Birds of Paradise,
DL,
Elves of Deep Shadow,
Deathrite Shaman, Elves of Deep Shadow, Findhorn Elves, Elvish Mystic.
I'm guessing Lawnmower Elves as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do we want Incubation Druid?
Why not?
I mean, I would. It's another mana dork.
Let's look at some ramp here. Devoted Druid was the one I was thinking of.
What about Utopia Tree?
Utopia Tree. Man, that fruit, though, that would terrify me.
It looks like a bunch of, butt things.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Tastes like your favorite food. You know how terrifying it would be to taste or bite into fruit and it tastes like mac and cheese?
That would be a little...
That would fuck me up.
Yeah.
I would think I'm on drugs.
It's funny because I was thinking, yo, I would hate to eat something that tastes like booty, dog. No, thank you.
Now, you want the real thing.
Exactly.
You fucking millennials. two micro beers and y'all are tonguing each other's buttholes. Get out of here. Get out of here with that.
Do we want Wall of Roots?
Wall of Roots is a good one. I did Wall of Roots.
Reuts?
The hell is Reuts?
I don't
It's
fucking
nothing.
know, cousin.
Golgari Signet, Springleaf Drum. And that is one of my favorite budget cards.
Springleaf Drum. I'm not surprised. It's a good card.
Could we do Burslor Rangers? Or no?
Arcane Signet, of course.
I already added. Sure, Burstler Rangers seems like a thing. I already added Arcane Signet. I already added Golgari Signet. I already added Springleaf Drum. I do want to add Soul Ring. I want to add
Talisman of Resilience.
Talisman of Resilience. That was the one I was thinking of. So we're going to want Talisman of Curiosity, Talisman of Resilience. We're going to want Demir Signet.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten at the interaction part, and we're almost at $300.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, we're basically not going to be playing interaction.
This is going to be a proactive deck.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking beat face. Well, it can. To trigger and get effects. Did.
So we have Arcane Signet, Demir Signet, Golgari Signet, Lightning Greaves, Simic, Springleaf, Curiosity, Talisman of Curiosity, Talisman of Resilience, Felwar Stone. So, hear me out. I think we should also add some rituals, like Dark Ritual.
Okay.
At least Dark Ritual. We should probably add Wild Growth. We should also probably add Ever-Flowing Chalice.
You also
Because,
didn't add a Soul Ring yet. Or
Oh, that's a
At
good
least.
point.
it's not showing
Yeah,
up.
you haven't done that yet, did me?
It's in. All right, now we're going to hit update to cheapest, and we didn't lose a single penny. So we're at like $300. We've got 66 cards. So we've got about $200 for interaction and tutors.
And tutors.
And like cantrips. So the Doomtide list runs Memories Journey loops, which is kind of meh. I like Memories Journey as like a way to help reset ourselves if we get stopped. So I think we should definitely include that. Because it has flashback, I do think we should add Gitaxian Probe.
Hit Probe is just, of course.
Well, and what it'll afford us is the ability to have a free draw off of our Doomsday. So it like cycles itself. I also think we maybe want to consider running Street Wraith as well.
Street Wraith, okay.
Depending on its price.
Anyways.
Almost $3, $250.
Nah, I'd rather have Get Probe. So we do want Brainstorm.
Oh wow, and it was reprinted as well. Jeez, Brainstorm.
Couldn't Portent work? Isn't Portent like 50 some odd cents?
I think I would rather have Opt first.
What about Ponder?
Definitely
Ponder is like $4, I think, $3 or $4.
Ponder
I
is
think.
28. What's that new one that just got previewed? The one that surveils.
Oh, hold on. Let me Google that for you.
Dragon Rage? No, that's in red.
No. There's a 1 mana instant speed cantrip.
Is it for the new Innistrad?
Yeah. It's the new Innistrad.
Are you talking about Consider? Look at the top card of your library. You may put that card into your graveyard.
Yeah.
Draw card.
The one they didn't put Surveil on, even though it surveils.
It's $2, but that price is gonna go down. I'm pretty sure.
You know, because it's a common. Of course it is.
Yeah, it's just that's like a pre-release price.
Right.
One of the things that they do run is they are on things like Adnaz. Do you think we could support Adnaz in this list?
Yes, I do.
I do as well.
Yeah, I
For the
was
current
gonna
CMC,
say,
it looks like it
it
could
should
work
be
quite
easily.
well, I think.
So I
If
think
you
we
could
do
keep it
Adnaz
down.
and Pier.
How much is culling the week currently? If it's not that much, maybe
It's like $7.
it is worth. Damn! Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude.
I haven't made
dude.
a Nas list in like I don't know. a
Give me
month or
1
so.
second and I can tell you.
I was just looking at the basic copy of.
Yeah,
Calling of the-
basically $7.
Yeah.
$6.91.
Okay.
Insane.
So now we're gonna want to start adding a few tutors. So the first one is Wishclaw.
Obviously.
Not surprised there.
We will probably want. So I'm actually gonna flip over to the tutor template right now, because this will help a lot.
Do we want something like Fabricate since we are running heavy artifacts?
So we're not really none of the artifacts in our list are like things we're gonna super tutor for, like kind of straight up. But with that in mind, we are gonna want to run things like Shred Memory, Muddle the Mixture, because Shred Memory and Muddle the Mixture, you can transmute them, and they will find every combo piece we want. They'll find Hermit, they'll find the Illusionist, they'll find
Oracle.
Thoracle, they'll find Tainted Pact Oracle. They'll also find our Haste Enabler in the form of Lightning
Greaves.
So those two cards will find at one half of our combo.
Right.
They also have outside utility in the form of exiling cards from somebody's graveyard or being a counter spell.
We don't need Drift of Phantasms.
So we want Muddle the Mixture, and we want
Shred Memory.
Shred Memory.
Shred Memory, yeah.
A couple other ones that we could consider. Final Parting, even though it's really high CMC. Like we can put one part in our hand and the other part we can just put in the graveyard. I don't know. I'm kind of mad about it now that I'm thinking about it, but we definitely want Summoner's Pact.
Couldn't Jared's Orders work as a somewhat cheaper Final Parting?
I was actually thinking about Mausoleum Secrets as a tutor. It wouldn't be anything, or Buried Alive.
So Buried Alive would get us 3 creatures to the yard. If we did that, we need to run some additional reanimation to go with it. But what we do want is Unmarked Grave.
Or Grave. Well, I was thinking with Buried Alive, you could get like Fate Stitcher, Narcomoeba, and like Thassa's Oracle or something. And if you already have Hermit in play, then you're pretty much good. Or
but if you already have
even,
Hermit in play, it'll already mill it anyway.
Yeah. Or even Dread Return in Grave already.
Yeah. So you know what Mausoleum Secrets is good for?
What's up?
Getting Slaughter Pact.
Oh. Yeah.
You know why we want to get Slaughter Pact?
To get rid of other people's stuff?
Dranneth Magistrate, which prevents us from casting our Dread Return.
Or even our commander, Sidisi.
Yeah, we're not like super on the Sidisi plan. If you haven't noticed.
Yeah, I have.
Sidisi's just there for the colors.
I mean, Sidisi does mill cards, which is useful. And she does help generate value for us. Like, she helps generate tokens. But kind of at the end of the day, she's not really in here for that reason. What about Court of Calling? What do you think?
I think Court of Calling would be a good idea. Or even Summoner's Pact. What do we think about that?
Already put it in.
Nice.
All right, and then we're going to want Slaughter Pact.
Laughter Pact.
Yeah. What about Dark Petition? I think that one's pretty solid.
Dark Petition's really, really good. My
only
worry is that we're putting in too many high CMC cards.
Who is?
I'm saying, my only worry is if we're putting in too many high CMC cards.
Well, so right now our average CMC is 1.62.
Okay.
Which is not like super bad. I'm sorry, our average CMC is 1.9 with 17 cards to go. And the budgetless list is 1.62. So like we're doing okay. We are going to add some like slim interaction and such. So like one of the things we want to kind of add is like we want to get stuff like Dispel in here. We want to get Miscast in here. Probably Spell Pierce.
Spell Snare.
Miscast, if that didn't get mentioned.
Miscast. Oh, it's gone down in price than what it was.
Yeah.
It was at like $3 not too long ago.
Spell Pierce.
Yeah, isn't Mana Leak like the more expensive one now?
Mana Leak? Probably, yeah.
Drown in the Lock?
Oh, always a good one.
Yeah.
It's $2, but it hits creatures and spells.
Yeah,
Misdirection.
compared to like Counter Squall.
Yeah. Misdirection.
Misdirection 100%. Submerge? No, that's
That's
expensive now.
really
isn't it,
high. We do want some bounce spells, to be honest. But Chain of Vapor is like $20, or like $10 almost.
Could do the cheaper version like Unsubstantiate.
I think Unsubstantiate's really good because it stops a lot of uncounterable stuff.
How much is Snap nowadays?
Snap is worth
$3-ish,
money.
I think. I believe.
I was gonna say it's kind of like 2 something, although I don't know because I don't play blue. I play green, black, X decks. I do not play blue.
Did we put in Dispel?
I've been making ducks,
did put in
ducks
Dispel.
all over the last couple
Oh,
of.
Autumn's Veil.
Autumn's Veil is a good one. So is Veil of Summer.
Veil of Summer.
Yeah, Battle of Summer Dad, expensive, like $8-9 card. I think it went down.
Do we want Mystic Sanctuary?
What do we want Mystic Sanctuaries for?
I don't make it enter untap.
Oh no, I don't think we would need Mystic Sanctuary, especially since most of our lands don't actually run a land type.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's actually really possible for you to ever figure
We
it.
are going to play Duress.
Duress. What about Winds of Rebuke? Winds of Rebuke.
I do like Winds.
And Into the Royal?
Unsubstantiate.
I get it.
Snap was like $4. I'm like, meh. Like, we're not on Dockside. I understand it's free, but like, we're not really doing the whole Dockside thing. I think I'd rather have like, you know what we do want?
Snuff
Is
out.
Unearth. We want Unearth.
Unearth.
Yeah.
We want Nature's Claim, don't we?
Does a bear shit in the woods?
I would fucking hope
Nah,
so.
I think they shit in some people's cars.
Is Booty
Yo.
an eating machine?
Yes, Booty is an eating machine. Absolutely.
Yeah, I
Always
can't-
has been, always will be. You heard me?
Word. All right,
Is
Nature's
Mist a
Claim.
budget addict?
Yes.
Exactly.
Mist is a budget addict.
You
So
leave
since
me
we're
want
on,
Suspend?
like, Suspend would be good.
Delay, maybe?
Definitely delay.
Mm-hmm. Or Negate as well. Do we want Negate? I don't think.
No, I wouldn't think so. I think with what we're running
think-
now,
I think we either
Negate.
want one CMC interaction that hits non-creature spells, and I think we want 2 CMC interaction that hits creatures.
Okay.
Like on the stack, like not on the board. Like, you
Right.
kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I did add Abrupt Decay, Delay. So we're actually at 97 cards, and we still have $150.
I'm
All
currently
goes into
working
land.
on some lands, like trying to upgrade land base.
We'll definitely upgrade the lands.
hey
We're also
Timmy,
gonna
I'm
what's up?
you said you added Abrupt Decay, right? Did you add it to the wrong thing again? Because it's not on your list.
I think it got on the list when I was in here.
Okay, I see Abrupt Decay. I just refreshed. I see it right now.
That's because I just threw it in there. So
Yeah,
we're
I
also
was
going to
gonna
want
say,
to add. Yeah. So we're. No, we're not.
Oh damn! Still got
Alright.
$150 of free room.
Well, it's not going to be
Mistake.
free. So let's add
no,
some.
no, it won't.
All right. So we do want. I think we want Wild Growth. All right. So I'm going to look up. Go to Scryfall.
All right. I know how we fill that void of extra budget that we have.
Cheaty
We slot
faces.
in, no, we slot in 1 mana crypt and we're good.
Ah, yes.
Get out of here. So there's a couple
One
of
second.
cards in Modern Horizons 2 that I thought we might want to consider.
Describe the card. I might know it.
It's a reanimation spell for non-legendary creature.
Persist.
Yeah,
Persist.
persist
It gives
does
it a
work for it.
-1/-1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
persist.
So what's nice about, and we're gonna wind up going over a little bit. So I added the Unearth, which will reanimate every relevant creature in our deck.
Mhm.
Because it's 3 or less. We've got the Postmortem Lunge. We've got the Persist. So now what we need to do is we need to go back in and kind of do some upgrading on it. Like, we should have Entomb in the list.
Entomb, okay.
I sent in the chat a list of most finished lands. Missing like 2 lands currently. It's exactly the same budget as our current base. Didn't want to go over like without.
Oh, I forgot about the artifact lands, to be honest.
I'm pretty much only using them because of Glimmer Void.
Yeah, to help turn on Glimmer Void. Glimmer Void was cheap, but it like went up like hardcore.
Yeah, it spiked, but
And that's a pretty, like, I like that. I like the list, but
I'm also not sure about Meteor Crater. I don't think it's
yeah.
worth it. Like if you have budget, it's 100% like the first thing I'd take out.
So what I would like to get is I would like to add. So we have the breeding pool in. We have Overgrown Tumen, and we have Watery Grave. We have Sunken Hollow, so that gives us like a 4th dual land, even though it will always come into play tap. And then we have Fetid Pool. So what I would like to do is I would like to cut the floodplains for a Marsh Flats.
Okay.
Because it'll upgrade our mana base relatively significantly. It's only $20 right now. That's like the same price as like a City of Brass. And it'll give us like so that way we can go and get these dual lands that will come into play tapped no matter what we do, but it'll allow us to kind of
Fix the mana base and choose what mana we get.
Right. Now, the reason why we don't want to cut these 2 dual lands is because it'll help keep our Drowned Catacombs, the Hinterland Harbor, and the Woodland Cemetery online more often than not.
Mm-hmm. Would we want to get the Triome back in?
Yeah, in
The
my
Triome's
list, I just cut them.
$15.
I just cut the like all the things that care about them, like the Choked Estuary, and that because I don't think they're ever entering untapped most of the time, at least.
Well, they do sometimes because once you start getting some card draw online, it'll kind of help with that. But what we do want to do is we want to like add like a Mana Confluence in, which is about like $22, because we want to try to get start getting some of these like these rainbow lands
that tap for any color you need.
Probably what I would want to cut is this Opulent Palace, and I want to replace it with a Mana Confluence. Because we have the budget, we might as well at least try to optimize the mana base as much as possible. I would probably,
especially since that's what's causing like the most issues when it comes to speed, I think.
It's going to. The next thing is going to be our ramp as well. Because we're going to be raw dogging this combo a lot. Like, we're just, like, that's just what's going to happen. Like, there's no and if ors about it.
There's a dog with a bone, and that's you.
So I think we cut, I would say probably the blue-green, and we replace it with Forbidden Orchard. So if you kind of see what we're doing is like we kind of built the basic shell, and now we're going back through, and we're just adding, like we're already doing our first round of upgrades before we've even built the list. To try to get as, like, the idea is you, like, the reason why we don't want to play a Triome is because the Triome is like 60% of the price of a, like, Mana Confluence, right? But as soon as we can get a Mana Confluence, we'll probably cut something like the Triome. But it's $12. So what we want to do is we don't want to spend $12 to get replaced with a $12 card. We want to spend $2 and then replace it with a $20 card.
Right.
So the cards I'm cutting Yeah, so the cards I'm trying to cut are like the $2 lands that suck for better lands. So like right now we're at 437. And already this mana base looks better. But I think I want to cut this Bad River. I think we cut the Bad River, and I think what we get...
Do you have a mana confluence?
Yeah,
We
there's
already
one
added
on
the Mana
the list.
Confluence.
Yeah.
It was the first land he added back in. Second land that got added back in while editing through the list, I think.
Yeah, what about Botanical Sanctum?
What's
$6
Botanical Sanctum
currently.
do?
Enters the battlefield untapped if you control 2 or less lands.
So I'm personally not a huge fan of those lands. I would rather start trying to fit fetch lands in or fit like actual rainbow lands instead of like those kind of like meh like conditional lands. I could see maybe. I'm personally not a big fan of the fast lands. I just keep them in here because people do find them useful. What we might want to consider is we could maybe argue for a Verdant Catacomb in that slot.
How much is Verdant Catacombs currently?
30.
30. Yeah.
Wow.
We have room in the budget for it, and it would definitely go a long way.
I agree.
If I can spell Verdant.
Not allowed.
VERD.
Yeah,
E-
it's like we're still only at 464. And refresh the list.
469 is a good time.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
So, and the list actually looks okay as of right now. So probably the next thing I would want to do personally is cut like this ever-flowing chalice for like a lotus petal.
Okay. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. Maybe we want to consider cutting like the Utopia tree for like an Elvis Spirit Guide.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be a good upgrade. At least allow you to combo just a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of what we want to do with this deck.
Yeah, combo as quick as you can.
And we're at 493 right now. And I think we're looking like we're a little light on interaction. Like we could probably use maybe like another $50-$60 to put in like a D-Tutor and a Diabolic Intent. But I think overall, like, this is kind of doing what we want. Like, we have Entomb, we got Unmarked Grave to help us get our stuff to our graveyard. We've got Unearth, Postmortem Lunge, and Persist. Only problem with Persist is you can't use it on Hermit Druid. So I think that's actually gonna be the problem.
What about
What do you
Life
mean?
Death?
Persist on Hermit Druid. Yeah, I just seen that Hermit Druid was a 1/1. I was confused for a second. Reading the card explains the card.
Facts. Like in my mind, Persist was meant for Thassa's Oracle to get that effect off.
Yeah.
We're just gonna bite the bullet and we're gonna play Reanimate.
Okay.
Like we could argue to play like Necromancy to try to have like a sneaky little instant speed line.
Yo, Reanimate dropped in price. What's up?
It's $10.
Wasn't it like 20 not too long ago?
Maybe I
I
don't
think
know
it was like
for sure.
Yeah, like a solid 10.
Or am I thinking of Entomb?
You're thinking of
Entomb's-
Entomb, I think.
Yeah.
Entomb's like 20.
Yeah.
Do we need another reanimation effect, or are we good?
I mean, so mainly what we're using reanimation effects for is to reanimate our hermit after it dies, after we get stopped.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many attempts we need to really, like, you kind of get what I'm saying? It's like we're running 3. We're running Postmortem Lunge, Reanimate, and Unearth. Obviously we have like all the layered combos with Thassa's Oracle as well. So like all of our combo lines right now is we play Hermit, Activate, Dread Return is 1. 2 is we play Cephaloid Coliseum with the Lightning Greaves to mill.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to have 2 creatures in play. 3 is just Consult Oracle, Consult Labman with a draw trigger. We have Doomsday to help us also set that up. And then We also have 3 reanimation spells to help us reanimate one of our like combo pieces, like the hermit or the illusionist. Because don't forget, you can
Is
reanimate the illusionist.
Neoform worth
Neoform
running?
might be worth adding. We can
You
cut
only
something.
you have like 7 creatures at 1 CMC currently.
and
which-
all of the creatures we're
so-
wanting to tutor for are
R2, yeah.
2 CMC. So I could see a solid argument for adding Neoform. What about you, Booty? What do you think?
I think so. I love Neoform personally. Neoform and Eldritch Evolution are my go-tos. It's especially good because we can immediately get Hermit Druid turn 2.
So Eldritch Evolution is $8, which is not bad to put in. It only push us to like 5-10 plus the cards we cut.
I don't think Eldritch Evolution is necessary, but I do think that Neoform would be easier to get away with,
Okay.
simply because most of the cards we're going to be looking for anyways are, like you said, 2 CMC.
So I think we cut. Honestly, I think we cut Peer into the Abyss. The Doomsday list doesn't play it. It's using Doomsday in that slot, and it will drastically drop our average CMC, so that way we
True.
can more effectively
Add nulls.
add
Mhm.
NOS. I'll put it
I'd
in the
say-
considering board so it doesn't get forgot about. Our average CMC is 1.75. We're only 0.1% average CMC over what the budgetless list is.
Pretty good, if you ask me.
Yeah, considering we're $500, they're 9,000.
And yeah, and you're also not running any of the
Yeah, we're running less efficient tutors. We're running less efficient ramp.
Yeah, we don't.
So we
don't
are
have very many
slower.
0 drops.
Yeah, I mean we are slower. We just don't have all of the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
Thanks for sitting in chat and lurking and watching. Everybody have a good night. If you like what you see, come check out our Discord, CH Budget Brews. If you want to watch some of these games later on, maybe slightly more edited, you can go to our YouTube channel called CH Budget Brews. There's a theme here. And if you want to help us out, biddies are great. We also have a Patreon. Same thing, CH Budget Brews. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.
Don't forget to follow if you like the stream.
Oh, yeah. Like the stream. Follow. All those things.